Before we start, if you're alone right now, in a quiet house, at night, you might want to turn on a light, because this story was sent to me by someone who swears every word of it is true. I can't verify that. I never can. But I've read thousands of these stories, and this one I couldn't stop thinking about. Here's what happened to him. Part 1. The apartment. My name doesn't matter. Call me Daniel, since that's not my real name. 3 years ago, I was 26, broke, and desperate for a cheap place to live. Rent in the city was insane. So when I found a one-bedroom apartment listed for almost half the market price, I didn't ask too many questions. I should have. The landlord was an old man named Mr. Averley. Thin, quiet, with eyes that never quite looked at you. Always just past your shoulder, like he was watching something behind you. He showed me the apartment once, walked me through it in under 5 minutes, and handed me the keys before I'd even finished my questions. "Why is it so cheap?" I asked. He just said, "The last tenant left in a hurry. Didn't take his things. You can keep whatever's left." I laughed it off. Free furniture. Lucky me. The apartment was small but clean. A bed, a desk, a wardrobe I never bothered to open, and on the wall of the bedroom, a mirror, full length, old, with a wooden frame. The first night, I slept fine. Better than fine, actually. The kind of deep, dreamless sleep I hadn't had in months. The second night was different. I woke up at 3:17 a.m. I remember the time exactly because I looked at my phone and thought, why does that number feel so wrong? The room was cold. Not windows open cold. The kind of cold that sits in your chest. And I heard breathing. Not mine. Slower. Heavier. Coming from somewhere near the mirror. I told myself it was the pipes. Old apartment, old building, weird noises. That's just how it is. I pulled the blanket over my shoulder and went back to sleep.
Too late.
By morning, I'd almost forgotten about it. Almost. Part 3. The reflection. A week later, I was getting ready for work, tying my shoelaces in front of that mirror, when I noticed something. My reflection was half a second behind me. I stood up. Reflection stood up a moment later. I turned my head. It followed, but late, like watching a video with bad sync. I froze and stared at it for almost a full minute. My reflection stared back,
Get out of here.
and for one horrible second, right before it caught up to match
The mirror
me,
stays.
it smiled. I didn't smile. I grabbed my jacket and left for work without breakfast. I told myself I was tired, stressed, seeing things. That night I covered the mirror with a bedsheet, the neighbor. 3 days later I ran into an older woman in the hallway, the only other tenant on my floor. She looked at me like she'd seen a ghost. "You're living in 4B?" she asked. "Yeah, I just moved in." She grabbed my arm, tight, cold fingers. "The man before you. Did the landlord tell you what happened to him?" I said no. She leaned in close. "He started talking about the mirror, said it showed him things that hadn't happened yet.